to reach peak concentration T max was determined to be 10 to 15 minutes in whole blood after IM injection and 2 minutes in plasma after IV administration. When taken orally mixed in an ayahuasca decoction and in freeze-dried ayahuasca gel caps, DMT Tmax is considerably delayed. 107.59 plus underline plus 32.5 minutes and 90 to 120 minutes, respectively. The pharmacokinetics for vaporizing DMT have not been studied or reported. DMT binds non-selectively. Pharmacodynamics. DMT binds non-selectively with affinities 0.6 upside down HM to the following serotonin receptacles: 5-HT1A, 5-HT1B, 5-HT1D, 5-HT2A, 5-HT2B, 5-HT2C, 5-HT6, and 5-HT7. An agonist action has been determined at 5-HT1A, 5-HT2A, and 5-HT2C. Its efficacies at other serotonin receptors remain to be determined. Of special interest will be the determination of its efficacies at human 5-HT2B receptor, as two in vitro assays evidenced DMT high affinity for this receptor, 0.108 upside down HM and 0.184 upside down HM. This may be of importance because chronic and frequent uses of serotonergic drugs showing preferential high affinity and clear agonism at 5-HT2B receptor has been causally linked to valvular heart disease. It has been shown to possess affinity for the dopamine D1, funny looking A1, adrenergic, funny looking A2 adrenergic, imazoline -1, sigma -1, and trace amine associated receptors. Agonism was demonstrated at 1 upside down HM at the rat trace amine associated receptor 1, TAAR1, and converging lines of evidence establish activation of the sideways A1 receptor at concentrations of 50 through 100 upside down HM. I'm having to describe these scientific symbols, and that's the best way I can do it, is sideways A or upside down. Like I said, I put the screen up so you could see it, and There's one of the symbols, and here's another one of the symbols. There's a few of them in there. Its efficacies at other receptor binding sites are unclear. It has also been shown in vitro to be a substrate for the cell surface serotonin transporter, SERT, S-E-R-T, and the intracellular vesicular monoamine transporter 2, VMAT2, inhibiting SERT mediated serotonin uptake in human platelets at an average concentration of 4.00 underlined plus 0.70 upside down HM and VMAT2 / mediated serotonin uptake in vesicles of armyworm SF9 cells, expressing rat VMA2-2 at an average concentration of 93 underlined plus 6.8 upside down HM. As with other so-called classical hallucinogens, a part of DMT, psychedelic effects can be attributed to a functionally selective activation of the 5-HT2A receptor. DMT concentrations eliciting 50% of its maximum effect, half maximal effective concentration equals EC50 or KACT at the human 5-HT2A receptor in vitro are in the 0.18 through 0.983 upside down HM range. This range of values coincides well with the range of concentrations measured in blood and plasma after administration of a fully human serotonin 2C receptor than a 2A receptor. 5-HT2C highly likely also is implicated in DMT's overall effects. Other receptors, such as 5-HT1A, sideways A1, and TAAR1, may also play a role. In 2009, it was hypothesized that DMT may be an endogenous ligand for sideways A1 receptor, for the sideways A1 receptor. The concentration of DMT needed for the sideways A1 activation in vitro, 50 through 100 upside down HM, is similar to the behaviorally active concentration measured in mouse brain of approximately 106 upside down HM. This is minimally 4 orders of magnitude, 4/10, higher than the average concentration measured in rat brain tissue or human plasma under basal conditions. So, sideways A1 receptors are likely to be activated only under conditions of high local DMT concentrations. If DMT is restored in synaptic vesicles, such concentrations might occur during vesicular release. To illustrate, while the average concentration of serotonin in brain tissues is in the 1.5 through 4 upside down HM range, the concentration of serotonin in synaptic vesicles was measured at 270 mm. Following the vesicular release, the resulting concentration of serotonin in the synaptic cleft to which serotonin receptors are exposed is estimated to be about 300 upside down HM. Thus, while in vitro receptor binding affinities, efficacies, and average concentrations in tissues or plasma are useful, they are not likely to predict DMT concentrations in the vesicles or at synaptic or intracellular receptors. Under these conditions, notions of receptor selectivity are moot, and it seems probable that most of the receptors identified as targets for DMT participate in producing its psychedelic effects. Psychedelic properties. So I did it, and there was a something like a flower, like a chrysanthemum, or in orange and yellow, that was sort of spinning, and then it was like I was pushed from behind, and I fell through the chrysanthemum into another place that didn't seem like a state of mind. It seemed like another place, and what was going on in this place, aside from the tastefully sophisticated indirect lighting and the crawling geometric hallucinations along the domed walls. What was happening was that there were a lot of beings in there, what I call self-transforming machine elves, sort of like jeweled basketballs, all dribbling their way towards me. And if they'd had faces, they would have been grinning, but they didn't have faces. And they assured me that they loved me, and they told me not to be amazed, not to give way to astonishment. Terence McKenna, in his first experiment with DMT, okay. DMT is produced naturally in many species of plants, often in conjunction with its close chemical relatives 5-MeO-DMT and bufotenin 5-OH-DMT. DMT containing plants are commonly used in South America shamanic practices.